Really limping there, coming off.
Next up, the European Cup all-around champion and the Russian team captain, Svetlana Khorkina.
You can probably already tell she has a flair for the dramatic by her makeup and her whole presentation on this event. She really uses her body to her advantage. Long lines and extreme flexibility. This is really a trademark move of hers. Beautiful full split in that handstand. Now watch this. She swings her leg through to a full twisting back handspring. Oh, that is a definite balance break.
Mo Huilan earned a 9.8 on floor. Shannon Miller 9.725 on bars.
This is one of the most beautiful passes in the routine. It's another swing through, but this time to a layout. Excellent.
That's remarkable. She's about a half a foot taller than the average gymnast here at 5 feet 4 inches tall. With her center of gravity so much higher off the beam, it's got to be much harder for her.
That's why it's amazing she has such an uncanny sense of balance. And watch this dismount. Again, she swings the leg through, up and into a double twist. Lovely performance. She is so expressive on and off the equipment. It's so clear she derives so much pleasure from gymnastics.
Khorkina earns a 9.8, but that notwithstanding, Russia drops behind China by 5/100ths of a point here at the end of the first rotation. We're still in the second rotation at the vault scores. This is 14-year-old Meng Fei.
John, their lowest score so far is a 9.7. It used to be, if they got one that high, they were lucky. Incredible power from a gymnast who's 4'7", 71 pounds. She did a pike front half.
2 inches shorter than Meng Fei is Dominique Moceanu. Her folks have flown out from Texas to watch her compete here, and it's hard to believe she's in her first season as a senior.
This is Dominique's first time under this kind of pressure. World Championships for the first time and on the balance beam. See how she handles it. Here's her most difficult pass. It's what she missed at the national championships during the event finals. 3 layout step outs. Beautifully done.
Interesting thing about her personality, she just doesn't see why she can't compete at this level. She's not at all intimidated by the legends of gymnastics that are competing all around her.
I think it's made easier since everyone is comparing her to them, both Nadia and Mary Lou.
You think the fact that she just turned 14 makes it easier, that she doesn't even realize how much pressure's on her? She's too young to even know?
She has all the difficulty she needs, even for the Atlanta Olympics. She just needs to work a little bit on her polish. Because other than that, she's got the charm. She just sparkles out on the floor. And people will love her instantly.
Even though I said she doesn't seem to be intimidated by this competition, you can really sense a tremendous amount of nervousness. She and her coaches Bella and Marta Caroli have been really uptight in training. I think she has very high hopes, but this is a little different than the national championships where she beat Shannon Miller this year. At this competition, Dominique Moceanu is not the only center of attention.
Moceanu's score 9.812. Meng Fei earned a 9.775 on vault. Shannon Miller follows Moceanu on beam.
For at least 5 years now, Shannon has been training so intensely and been under so much pressure, particularly after her first success in 1991 at the World Championships. And then, of course, in 92 at the Olympic Games, 5 Olympic medals. She's expected to do well every time out. and she usually delivers. If I had to pick an event that I enjoyed watching her on most, it would be the balance beam.
She really brings a lot of maturity to this U.S. team. Oh, good cover.
It's an excellent cover, and it's on her move. That's called the Miller. She's supposed to stay in the handstand and lower down to her shin.
I think a less experienced gymnast might have taken a major break and fallen off.
This is the hardest part of the exercise for Shannon. Full twisting double bat. You never would have known it. Pulled it right around.
Well, it sure does appear that that limp is getting worse as the meet goes on. Let's take a look at the Miller. This is the move she debuted at the '93 World Championship. She made a good cover here. She came down so quickly but didn't break form. Be interesting to see what kind of score the judges give her. Now, this dismount is certainly where she's got to be worrying about that ankle. I think she pulled it around a little farther than normal just to protect it. We're going to have to see if that's going to bother her as the competition's going on.
Well, the judges give Miller a 9.837, the top U.S. score on beam. We mentioned earlier that Svetlana Horkina is bringing a new look to gymnastics. Well, nowhere is that look more evident than on the floor.
John, this is almost like a night out at the theater or ballet. She doesn't just do gymnastics. She actually takes on a character and performs. Oh, landed very low. The hardest aspect of gymnastics for her is the tumbling. Because she's so tall, she really has to work harder, and as you can see, she's landing a little low on all her landings. She has body language like no other. She needs a good landing here. Triple twist. Oh, and it's low again. As beautiful as the routine was, they will have to take deductions for those low landings.
Well, Russia won't get much help from this routine. Shannon Miller is now limped over to the sidelines to be with her coaches. We'll see what they've decided to do with her floor routine in the next rotation. But now, after 2 rounds, Romania has increased its lead by almost a full point, while China has pulled to within 4 1/1000ths of the U.S. Horkina's 9.425 keeps Russia in 4th. Even bars. Liu Xuan, the current national all-around champion, is their 3rd performer.
The Chinese have put an incredible amount of pressure on Romania. Watch the skill coming up out of her inverted giants. Big front somersault. All of their transitions, just the little moves, are so much better than everyone else in the world. They all have an amazing repertoire of various skills, all of high level of difficulty. This is an absolutely sensational routine, but what's more amazing, she actually introduced for the very first time this past spring a one-arm giant. First time ever in women's gymnastics. We were all excited about it, yet they didn't give her the credit she was due.
It turned out to be a big controversy here as well, because the judges in a way are trying to discourage the gymnast from doing the one-arm giant swing. They claim that it's too dangerous, so she's leaving out the one-arm giant swing, and yet she still has wonderful difficulty